Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a really easy French bread recipe. Let's get started. So first off, these are the simple ingredients. You need 2 cups of warm water, not hot, not cold, warm. You need 2.5 teaspoons of salt. You need 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast and 2.5 teaspoons of sugar, and then a tablespoon of olive oil or whatever type of oil that you like. And then I have bread flour, but you can also use AP flour for this. And this recipe calls for 5 to 6 cups. All right, let's get going. Okay, first off, I'm just going to go ahead and pour my water in here. And pour my yeast and sugar mixture. And I'm just going to give this a nice stir. Okay. And I'm going to start just adding my flour. Well, I need to first of all put my dough hook on. Can't do without that. And you can also do this by hand if you want to. You don't have to use a dough hook if you don't have one. And I'm just going to start little by little adding about a cup to it. So I'm going to turn it on low. Oh, before I get dough everywhere. Put my adjustment on. Speed it up just a little bit. And while that's mixing, I'm going to go ahead and add my olive oil and my salt. And I'm just going to keep adding flour from this pan. And the dough will be sticky, and that's the way it should be, because we're going to put it on a floured surface and knead it out with our hands for about 3 to 5 minutes after we let it rest for about 15 minutes. Now I'm adding more flour. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. You don't want to overmix it. And you will know when the dough is ready when it starts pulling away from the sides. I'm going to stop mine just a little bit and scrape these sides down so everything can get well combined. And I don't want to overmix it. It's a very tender dough, so I don't want your dough to kind of deflate. Up, add more flour. It's starting to pull from the sides, so you know that our dough is ready. But let it mix in really well. At this point, I'm going to stop it just to test out the texture. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here. So many T's going on. And it is perfect texture. It's still sticky, but firm at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it down. And at this point, you don't have to do anything to it. You just, of course, just take it off of, take it out of your pan and put it in a lightly greased bowl with a covering and let that rest. You can do a nice towel or you can do plastic wrap, but in a warm space for 15 minutes. So here's my dough. I took it out and it's going to rest for 15 minutes. Like I said, just put it in a bowl and just rub it down lightly with olive oil and just place a top or something on top or a towel, like I said before, just to bring everything into place. All of the ingredients, I guess, goes in place. I'm not like a bread expert or anything, but just leave it right here to rest for 15 minutes and then we'll do everything else to it. Hey guys, so I'm multitasking here. I'm actually sitting here in a chair trying to nurse my baby. But I'm going to show you a real quick, easy recipe that I'm going to actually pair with this bread. So let's get started. So the other recipe I'm going to show you is some roasted chicken legs. Yes, you can use whatever type chicken you want, maybe some wings. I've tried it with wings too. It's really great. Just something with skin and bone with some fat on it to where it's tender and juicy and crispy and delicious. Okay, so I've already washed and cleaned my legs, and the ingredients that I'm going to use is what you see. Not a lot of stuff, but I guess it would be a lot of stuff. You hear my baby in the back, I'm sorry. I have just olive oil, black pepper, garlic, onion powder, roasted herb and garlic, soul food seasoning, a seasoning blend that I love to use. You'll see that with just about every recipe that I make, and baking powder. Yes, baking powder. That is the secret ingredient. Yes. All right, let's get it going. Okay, so I have put my chicken, seasoned it, and I have some parchment sheets that's been lightly greased. And I'm just going to place my chicken on the pan. And the reason you want to use the baking powder, because we're not trying to create like a fried chicken batter like flour or anything like that. The baking powder just gives it just a nice little crust. And you'll see this crust on the chicken once it's done. And you're going to bake this in the oven on 425 degrees for about 45 minutes or until the chicken is completely cooked. Okay, now we're going to get back to our bread. Now it's been 15 minutes since our bread was resting, and I'm going to lightly flour my surface with flour. And if you can see how it looks now versus 15 minutes ago. And you're just going to kind of push on the dough to get all the air bubbles out, air pockets out, and just kind of coat it with flour and just knead it together just a little bit. for a few minutes into a ball. I'm going to actually cut it in half. And this makes 2 loaves, by the way, too. Okay guys, now it has been about 45 minutes to an hour, and this is our risen bread. It's already got the slits in it. What I did was I'm gonna just put a little egg wash and sprinkle just a little kosher salt and garlic. You don't have to do this. You could just bake it right now in a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes, and then you can slice it, put butter on there, or whatever you want to do, and eat. Okay guys, now the bread is out. Doesn't it look delicious? So golden brown and crispy. Can't wait to cut it. And then over here, the chicken. Doesn't it look delicious? And it's so delicious. You see how crispy the skin is? My hands are clean. But how crispy the skin is. Looks so good. So delicious. All right, you guys. I'm getting ready to feed some hungry people. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this is a helpful video to you and yours. And please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And I will see you guys next video. Bye.